Hello my friends, welcome to the second tutorial of our small JavaScript course. In this part of our knowledge sharing, we will talk about statements. What are statements? It's the basement of JavaScript, and in every high-level programming language. So it's very useful to know. It's very basics. Okay, let's make our files first. Let's make our HTML and JS file to show how it works. Okay, let's HTML, and here let's add script. Okay, and now we will add our script file to HTML. To do this, we can do it with two ways. With add script here and write like some script here, or we can add this with src attribute. Okay, let's it looks like this. It's for external file, so here we will write script yes. Okay, now we have our file. Char set, it's for better understanding the type of your code. So it's just for optimizing reading it. Okay, and here in JavaScript let's add alert hello from JS file. Okay, let's save it and let's open it in our web browser. With Chrome, we see this page says, honestly, I prefer to test it with alert, because it's more you see it after refresh that your JavaScript works. But if you also, it's very common, use console log. Okay, let's save it and refresh and open F12, and here we see in console our message. Okay, so everything works. Now let's talk about statements. So statements are, for example, here is a statement. So every declaration of variable, or every your action is a statement. So when you I will show you some good practice, by the way. For example, when we parser, when it reads your code, it ignores spaces. So when you write something, for example, declaration of your variable, we will talk about it in the next lesson. So for example, var name my name is Roman, so I'll write Roman. So JavaScript here will ignores when it reads it ignores this one, this space, white space here, here, like this. And every code it also ignores transition to another line. So for example, Roman, or I don't know, Kanye West, whatever. So it writes in one line, but for us it will be better to read it by when it has spaces, and the best practices is to operators also put here white spaces. Or for example, when you write here some, for example, 1 plus 2, also you should to write here white spaces, because it's much more better to read, it's more easy for eyes. Okay, so here we have read our statements. Also I want to show you for example, if each line should be ended, it's best practice to end it with semicolons. You can do it like this, but it's better, because it's better parser will understand that it's one statement and this is another, but for to avoid mistakes before the parsing during the parsing, it will be better to write here semicolon, because for example you can have some cases when just imagine it reads everything in one line, so sometimes you can read here and here something that parser will understand that, like in function or whatever. So to avoid this, you should to write here semicolon when you know that this statement is finished. What also I want to show you, you can also make, when parser want to see the single statement, you also can combine it in the block of statements. So it looks like this. It's curly braces, and here we can also write it. So parser will understand this part like one statement. Okay, and also technically you can write like this with just semicolons, but also it's empty statements, because it's just without anything, but parser understand it like this. So I will show you. I have a parser here, so let's write this like this, semicolons. You see, empty statement. So it's very useful to understand it, how it works. So where we can use these empty statements, it's very good practice. For example, to write in the beginning of your code, to write for example like this, and before this it's good practice to add semicolon. Why? Because if our code will be in one line, you, for example, in the big projects, these scripts are combined in one single script. So it will be here. As some script, and so it's very useful to add here semicolon, because sometimes it can be write something that parser will understand that it's a single statement. So it's better to because sometimes also programmers just don't remember to just forgot to put here a semicolon. So if they forgot it, so it will be look like this. But if they do, so it will be here just empty statement. You see here. So for parser it's nothing. It will ignores it and go to implement another code. Okay, so here we can I have showed you how it's look like these empty statements, and I also want to tell you types of statements. They are control flow, it's first. Second, it's declarations. Third one is functions and classes. Fourth is iterations, and fifth is others. So we will talk about it later. So this is a main statements types you can work with. So this is main groups. We will talk about it later. So for now, that's all. So forgot. Just remember. Just remember that statements are the basics of JavaScript. So it's the primal level. It's like bricks with that you can build your huge buildings, amazing buildings of your code, of your project with JavaScript. So for now, that's all. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in my JavaScript, you will see the next lessons where I will talk about all of these parts more detailed. Thanks for watching. See you guys.